Hello YouTubers, and this is a video about the Fog of War objective cards. These things, if you looked at the last video that I put up for Battle Report, we're going to use these pretty much all the time. You don't, basically you just pick the generic scenarios of, you set up your force on one side, he sets it up on the other side, and there's no objectives though. So what happens is, in the beginning of each turn, when you do victory point conditions, you draw 3 cards from this deck. Okay, and you look at them and you decide in secret, which one do I want to use? And you pick it, and then you follow the instructions like this. Precise attack, you just hide it, you put it off to the side, and then you decide later on when you're about to blow up somebody, then you say, okay, I'm going to put this on them, and then you get a certain amount of victory points for the destruction of that unit. And then once you get a certain amount of victory points in the game, you win. You know, we've been playing 5 points, and 5 points has been great. They say 8 points for a medium-sized game. No, 5 points has been enough, maybe 6 points or something. But the more points you have, the longer the game will go on. There's different objectives. The reason why I like this is because it really throws a lot of spice into the game. For instance, you watch the game that Stacy and I played last. I was absolutely hammering him, blowing up tank after tank. He didn't blow up any tanks until much later, until he pretty much lost all his tanks, and it was just Panzer IIs that he blew up, and it just looked like I was rolling right through him. Well, he almost won because he was working on victory point conditions, and I was worried about blowing up his stuff, and he almost beat me. I mean, I beat him literally right before he was about to win. I won. So it just was really cool to use these cards. I highly recommend them. It's not hard to learn because you just use basic scenario and you just wait until you start drawing these out. And then on the other person's turn, they draw 3 cards in the beginning of their turn, the victory point part. And then they choose one, they take the other 2, and they put it on the bottom. Now, I recommend, they say you can construct your own deck. I don't recommend that right now. Just get one deck and just play with a common deck and just go with it. They're really awesome. Well done. This, more than anything, showed me that Battlefront knows what it's doing with version 4 with these cards. $5 to completely refresh the game and make it awesome. I'm not even sure I'm going to go back to it. It's going to be a while before I get bored of these cards, and I hope by then they come up with another set of Fog of War cards, and it just makes it feel like a completely different game and is much more exciting, much more interesting, because without these cards, you're just going after objectives. You know what they have to do, they know what you have to do, and there's not a lot of surprises. Whereas here, somebody could be losing and then just pull out the victory instead of just getting grinded down throughout the whole game, and they have no chance to win. It's very demoralizing. So if this gives you, even if you're losing, gives you a chance to win, and I really, really recommend it. Of all the things that they did, the rule booklet, the new force booklet, the cards, I recommend them all, but this is the one that really, so when you're starting out, you get the rule booklet. Just start out with the rule booklet, and this, you get into it, then you get those cards to see what's going on, but then this is what you get once you feel comfortable with the rules and everything, and just makes the game so much more fun. The next video that I'm going to do is I got some artillery, so I'm going to open that up and show you what's inside.